that make sense? If you've scheduled an appointment, you'd appreciate that. Now, whenever you pull the scheduler up electronically, it's very easy. It'll say one of two things. Either not available, that means someone else has that appointment. You won't be able to see who else has an appointment. Or it will say make appointment. And it will show time slots. It will show the name of the physician or the provider working during those time periods for that day or those hours. And then it will show you in 20-minute segments time slots. So then you find one that says make appointment. You click on that. You've already registered. You just put your name in and give a short summary, like a one-liner of what the issue is. We've got a sore throat, could be strep, I want to get a test, or running a fever, or whatever it is, or I just want a well woman visit or a well man visit, whatever the case may be. Just a short little summary of what the reason for your appointment is. Or I'm coming to an HRA follow-up, or whatever it might be. Here's the information on the location, the address. Dr. Connor, female doctor, an MD, and Dr. Kirsch, male doctor, a DO, are the ones who will be providing the medical services for the greater part of the time. We will either have a nurse practitioner or a physician's assistant to augment some of those hours. But here are the hours: Monday through Saturday. Monday and Wednesday, 9:20 to 1:20. They're closed for lunch. Then 2:20 to 6:20 on Mondays and Wednesdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 to 12, closed for lunch. 1 to 4, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Friday morning, 8 to 12. Saturday, 9 to 1. Now, these hours are what we're going to start with, and depending on the utilization, if we need to expand those hours or add additional medical staff in order to accommodate your needs, then we'll work with the district in doing that. But I will tell you that we look at the utilization, and the district will receive an aggregated report, no names, of utilization on the weekend of that previous week. In other words, by Sunday, you will have received a utilization report of what happened Monday through Saturday just previous. So in terms of how many employees, how many dependents had a visit, if there was a workers' comp visit, if there was a mock visit. So they'll get that. And when we get to about 85% on a regular basis of the available appointments being taken, then we're going to talk about adding some time, because that's the optimum time. We want it where you can schedule an appointment either today or tomorrow. We want it where it's convenient for you. If it takes you a week to get an appointment scheduled on a consistent basis, then we're going to be discouraging you. We don't want that. We want to encourage you to have the accessibility and convenience of scheduling an appointment. Any questions on this?
Are both doctors going to be there at those times?
No. Well, no. There'll be one doctor, and our other medical staff will be there, and then the other doctor will be there at off times. And we don't have exactly which one's working when. Again, when the utilization reaches the time where we need to have more, we'll have multiple physicians on the premises.
Yes, and Dr. Connor and Dr. Kirsch are maintaining their local practice here. So if you are seeing Dr. Connor or Dr. Kirsch, you'll still have the availability. If you wish to see them and pay the copays and everything at their office area, then you can go do that, or you can schedule to see them in this facility. And the facility is built to handle 2, maybe even 3 physicians at one time, as far as that goes. So we built it with the idea that we are going to expand this as services are needed.
Yeah. We'll ramp up the medical staff as the utilization demands it. What we don't want to do is to have so many staff that are standing around and waiting for people to come. That wouldn't be financially prudent.
For some of us who would prefer to see a female or whatever, is there going to be anything like online that tells us what days or hours that the female?
Great question. When you pull the scheduler up, you'll see the physician who's working that day and the hours. You can look at it for a week or a month. But it will list a physician working during these particular hours, and it will show his or her times. And the nurse practitioner or PA will probably be a female also, just because of the demographics of your group. You've got a heavier female population, so we understand that. Okay, employee dependent access. Dependents need to register if they're eligible. They need to register, or you can register for them individually as well as you as the employee. Does that make sense? So both of you register, have their basic information. And again, that only takes a couple of minutes. The appointment scheduler and access to registration will be open very soon. Christine and their staff will notify you as soon as we have those times set where we can open it up. Because we're on standby waiting to do the schedules as soon as we know something about the dates and all. So that should be done here probably this week. We'll have that information out to you. But that's about the health risk assessment. We'll have, I think it's during the month of May, at nearly every location throughout the district, school location, or at least most of them, will have teams available to do the health risk assessment. There will be a special schedule, a 10-minute schedule. It takes 10 minutes to do the blood draw, the vitals, and those kinds of things. So we'll do that, and then we'll have that information back to you. As I mentioned, the labs will be available to you about 36 hours after you do the draw, and then you'll get the booklet 4 to 7 days, business days after. That'll be mailed to your home. My suggestion to you is using a personal email address to have medical information transmitted. You don't want it to hit the public records statute, so use a personal email address, because if you put down your district email address, that's what Care Here will send information to, and you'd rather have it, I'm sure, on your personal email. Okay, and along with the health risk assessment, we at Crown and Care Here, we like to provide incentives for those who participate in the initial period. Probably the first month or two, we'll have a period for all those who will be getting their health risk assessment. If you get the full health risk assessment, the blood draw, and you've registered, then your name will go in a fishbowl or a bowl or a hat. We'll do a random drawing, and here's some of the gifts. We'll have a flat screen TV, and it will be at least 37 inches, maybe 42. We've given away both sizes, but it'll be a flat screen TV, a couple of barbecue grills. We typically give a Wii away. A Wii, everybody knows what that didn't sound right, a Wii away. But we'll give a Wii instrument away, and then probably some iPods and some gift cards. We do that to encourage you to participate in that health risk assessment. Does that give us more money? Absolutely not. What it does is it allows the participation for you to get some good medical information developed and back to you, so that when you meet with the physician or the staff, you'll have good information about what's going on. And ladies do a better job than we guys do, I just have to say, in terms of going to the doc and following through. But I will tell you this, that within the first year at every location, and yours will be the 11th location we've opened in the last 2.5 years, every location we open, by the end of the first year, 20% of the people who come to the health center are usually male who have not been to a doctor in 5 to 10 years. We guys just don't go as often as we probably should, and we have a pain and we think we can work through it. We've been taught to, if you've been in athletics, you run through or you go through pain and you can be tough and all that, or don't want to wait, or we don't want to do the co-pays. All those barriers are gone now, so it's real easy to come to the doc. It is a 12-hour fast, as I mentioned before. About 10% of the people we do the blood draws from, and it is a venous draw, not a finger stick. About 10% of the people have difficult veins. Some call it rolling veins, others just real small veins. So we want to make sure you hydrate yourself with water. So don't come in here and say, well, I was told to fast, can't have anything. Please drink lots of water. That's very, very healthy, and it will hydrate you, and it'll make those veins, as one phlebotomist says, they look good and plump. I go, that's great. Didn't sound good. But anyway, for them, that's what it's really attractive. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day.